What you're about to see is how I've uploaded all my retirement regulations, pension rules, and even my rental property mortgages and leases into one private project. So instead of digging through binders and spreadsheets, I can just ask questions like what my pension looks like at 20 years versus 25 years, how the PLOP option affects my payout, or what my mortgage balances will be at retirement, and get instant, clear answers. This project turns complicated retirement planning into a simple conversation. Based on my VRS Plan 2 membership date of February 22nd, 2016, and the VRS 50/20 rule, when is the earliest I can retire with full unreduced employment benefits?
All right. Based on the VRS 50/20 rule and your membership date of February 22nd, 2016, you can retire with full unreduced benefits as soon as you've reached both age 50 and at least 20 years of service. Given your start date, you'll hit that 20-year mark in early 2036. So the earliest you'd be eligible for full benefits is around 2036, depending on your exact age and how it aligns. In other words, by the time you've got your 20 years in, you'll be good to retire with full unreduced benefits.
Okay, great. Now, what would my monthly pension be if I retire with 20 years of service versus 25 years of service, both assuming an average salary of $90,000 per year?
Absolutely. Let's break that down. So for your VRS plan, the pension calculation typically uses a multiplier of your years of service times your average final compensation times a certain percentage. Based on what I can see, your multiplier is about 1.7%. So if we run that math for 20 years of service at a $90,000 salary, you'd multiply 20 by 1.7% by 90,000. That gives you an annual pension of roughly around $30,600. Monthly, that breaks down to about $2,550. Now, if you stay for 25 years, you do the same math with 25 years. So 25 times 1.7% times 90,000 comes out to about 38,250 per year, or roughly $3,187 a month. So essentially at 20 years, you're looking at about $2,550 a month, and at 25 years, about $3,187 a month.
Okay, so a difference of about $600 per month staying 20 years versus 25 years in that scenario?
Yeah, that's about right. It's roughly a $600-ish difference each month between retiring at 20 years of service and hanging in there for 25 years. So that gives you a sense of how much more cushion you'd have if you stay those extra 5 years.
Okay. Last question for you. Explain the PLOP option in my VRS plan using the files that I've uploaded, and show me how it would affect my payout if I took it at 20 years.
Sure, let's dive into that. So the PLOP, which stands for partial lump sum option payment, is basically a feature in your VRS plan that lets you take a lump sum at retirement in exchange for a slightly reduced monthly pension. It's like getting a chunk of your retirement money up front and then having a bit less coming in each month afterward. Now, if we apply that to your scenario at 20 years of service, basically you'd be able to take a lump sum amount. Typically, you can choose up to 36 months of your monthly benefit as a lump sum, and then your monthly pension would be adjusted down a bit to account for that lump sum you took. In other words, if you took the PLOP at 20 years, you get a nice lump sum in retirement, but your monthly checks after that would be a bit lower than the roughly $2,550 we talked about before. It's just about balancing if you want some money up front for immediate use or if you prefer a bigger monthly payout over time.